Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hog deer, who knows much about them? Not me, that's for sure. But I know that you can only hunt them in April. You can only hunt them if you've got hog deer tags. So I've got the hog deer tags. I've got access to private property which potentially has hog deer on it. So let's have a crack. So I've been lucky enough to gain access to a property down, sort of South Gippsland way, that has potential for hog deer. There are some fallow deer on here. Occasionally you might get the odd sambar coming through. So first morning, wind has been all wrong, unfortunately. I went down to a spot that overlooked a nice sort of area, and the wind was right behind me the whole time, just blowing straight down. So it was pretty much a waste of time. I sat there for maybe an hour and nothing changed, so got down out of there and I've just come back. I'm heading back to camp now, but just noticed along the way there's some deer prints over the top of our tyre marks from last night. You can see them. Couple of prints. They're all fallow prints, but there's still some deer around. There was quite a bit of deer sign back along one of the other main tracks as well. Just heading back to camp, end of day one. This afternoon I just sat up there pretty much on the fence line. It's a pretty sandy sort of little track or trail that runs along the boundary like a fire break, and there was a lot of prints, deer prints this morning when I walked back up there over the top of our cart tracks. So I thought I might give that a try this arvo, but all I saw was a heap of kangaroos and wallabies come through. No deer, so either they're coming through, well, they're obviously coming through later at night or early hours of the morning when I'm not going to be there. So it's a bit of a bugger, but I'll still keep trying. This is more of a recon, bit of a walk this afternoon. As you can see, I've got the mozzie net on. The mozzies are just hectic here. Yeah, they're eating me alive, so anything I can do to stop them, got to give it a try. I'll walk through this stuff up behind me, hopefully up in through here. I'm trying to find just some sort of area where they're feeding, possibly. Through this stuff directly behind me here, this stuff they're not going to be doing much. They just walk through in their little game trailers, but there's got to be a bedding area, feeding area, somewhere that I can sort of try and pattern. I don't know whether you can pattern hog deer, but I just got to put in the groundwork, I suppose, and see what I can find. So that there is a game trail, which I'm following through this real thick crap. There was some deer prints down at a little dam that I found up on the corner of the property, and it's just leading towards there's like a big lake or something like that out there. There's a big expanse of water anyway. So I thought just do some investigating, but I tell you what, no wonder the hog deer are hard to get if they're in this stuff. This is just crazy. I've never seen hog deer scat before, but I'm assuming that this is it. I can't see, to be honest, a fallow deer. It's not fallow deer. I can't see any other deer species pushing their way through this. There's little tunnels underneath all this grass where I've been walking, so I would say that it's hog deer, so that's a good start. Well, I made it to the clearing, but it's just a big expanse of swampy reeds to walk through. edge basically. And the hog deer are obviously between the water and where I parked the car, back in through that stuff. So I understand why people just sit and wait for hours and days on end, because this is yeah, it's next level. This is some stuff like I'd expect to see like a 15-foot anaconda or something just come up and grab me and take me under the reeds, but and then you see this. The little hoggies, they get in here, little buggers. So they're around. I just got to try and outsmart them. So from one thickness into another thick. Although it's not wet underfoot now, the last of it's just back there. I know a lot of people are probably going to be asking or saying, oh, why do you even bother traipsing through that thick stuff? What's the purpose? You're just going to scare the animals off anyway. Just wasting your time, which I do get, I understand, but I've never hunted hog deer before. I've never hunted this area before. So I need to get an understanding. It's all well and good looking at maps and that, but I need to get an understanding on the lay of the land, where these game trails go, if there's sign on the trails, as to try and work out where to set up back on dry ground and not so thick. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I'm in the middle of this thick crap, which even I don't like being in the middle of this, but to be honest, I'm excited just to have found some fresh scat. Like I said, I've never hunted hog deer before. I've got no idea about the animal, but yeah, to find some scat, a couple of little hoof prints in that back before, that's pretty good. So it's a good sign for, first time out on this new property. We'll just keep on trudging our way through this, hopefully find our way back to the car. So this might be a bit of a bedding area or some sort of rest zone for them. There's scat there. It's all pushed down. Little bedding areas. So I know they're in the area. This is obviously not the way to hunt them, but just like I said before, I just want to try and get a lay of the land, see if there's sign, what sign there is, and sort of try and work out a plan for next time. Never thought I'd be so happy to see the car. It's taken me about an hour to walk back from the edge of the water through through this stuff. And to be honest, I got a bit bushed and I was heading in the wrong direction, which is unusual because my bush sense is generally pretty good as far as which way to go, but it got me twisted and turned around there. So luckily had my phone on me and I was able to look at the maps just to give me an idea on which way I was travelling, and then that got me out of a bit of trouble. Otherwise, who knows, I could have been walking around there still for another hour or so. So yeah, it pays to if you're going to go into the bush, always have your phone or a GPS or something like that. I do have a GPS as well, but I thought while my phone's on, I'll see if I can do that. So yeah, you generally always get some sort of satellite reception anyway to pick up a GPS signal. I didn't have phone service, but I've got the radio on as well. Michelle's got a radio back at camp, so if I did happen to get into strife, then always have a backup plan, which is always handy just in case, because that was some of the thickest stuff I've ever walked through. Even in comparison to Newfoundland, some of the stuff in there was just horrendously thick, and that was almost on par with that. So YouTube won't let me tell you what I really think of going through that, but let's just say it wasn't that great. Well, the deer have outsmarted us this time. Now I know the lay of the land and have a better idea of sort of what's going on. We'll come back and have another crack next year. Till then, catches.